Hello there and a warm welcome to Superscreen News at 10, broadcasting to you live from Lagos. I am Adinike Owoye Ajiboye. A former governor of Kaduna State, Ramalin Yero, has been detained by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Yero was detained at the EFCC zonal office in Kaduna State alongside former Kaduna People's Democratic Party PDP chairman Haruna Geya, a former Minister of State for Power Nuhu Wei, and a former Secretary to Kaduna State Government Hamza Ishaq. Yero and 3 others have been under investigation by EFCC since 2016 for the role they played in the disbursement of 750 million naira PDP campaign fund before the 2015 general election. Although the 4 accused persons have been reporting at the EFCC office for some time now, they were, however, detained when they reported at the Commission's zonal office. The 4 accused persons will be arraigned at the Federal High Court sitting in Kaduna today on charges bordering on money laundering, criminal conspiracy, misappropriation of public funds, among others. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has heard a case involving former Oyo State Governor Rashidi Ladoja, who allegedly did not return his share of funds received from the sale of the state's shares. Ladoja is on trial for allegedly converting 4.7 billion naira from the state treasury to his personal use, a charge he strongly denied. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, charged him with Wahid Akombi, his Commissioner for Finance, for alleged graft. The EFCC alleged that Ladoja brought an armored Land Cruiser sports utility vehicle SUV with 42 million naira using public funds. The trial of the former Oyo State Governor will continue today at the court. Now, Justice Adebukola Banjoko of the Federal High Court in Abuja has sentenced a former governor of Taraba State, Jody Nyame, to 14-year imprisonment for misappropriation of a 1.64 billion naira preferred against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The former governor, whose name goes with the appellation of a church title of Reverend, was convicted on a total of 27 out of 41 counts preferred against him. Nyame was convicted and sentenced to various terms of imprisonment, with the highest being 14 years for offences bordering on criminal breach of trust, taking valuable thing without consideration, and receiving gratification as a public officer. Justice Banjoko sentenced Nyame without an option of fine. Report says the sentences were the maximum provided by the laws under which Nyame was charged in May 2007. The judge, while dismissing his lawyer's plea for mercy, described the acts of the convict as likely to be the most audacious by any chief executive of the state. The Senate has asked the former chairman of the Independent and National Electoral Commission, INEC, Atahiru Jega, to mention the names of a committee chairman who seek a bribe at the National Assembly. The call followed the point of order raised by Senator representing Bauchi Central, Issa Misau. Jega had accused the federal lawmakers of seeking bribes to carry out their constitutional duties and emphasized that the chairmen of committees in the National Assembly were more notorious for bribe-taking tactics. He made the accusation while delivering the year's Democracy Day lecture at a gathering in Abuja. But while Nigerians have continued to reflect on the state of the nation's democracy, a cross-section of respondents who spoke to Superscreen on the nation's state of democracy expressed Dissatisfaction urged the present administration to make efforts on improving every sector of the nation's economy.
The charismatic wartime president of the United States of America, Abraham Lincoln, defined democracy as the government of the people, by the people and for the people. But democracy, as rightly defined, is the system of government by the whole population or all the eligible vote members of the state, typically through elected representatives. As Nigerians celebrate its 19th Democracy Day, citizens appear not to be satisfied with the nation's state of democracy, especially as it concerns the living standards.
I won't say I'm rather satisfied, nor every other citizen in this country, because people find things difficult to do, to achieve things. Even for some people to feed 3 square meals is very difficult. It's only the lucky ones. Although the current government may say they are trying, but to some extent it's not translating to what the majority of the citizens really wanted. We have to maintain the democracy regime, but our leaders just have to do more to put things right.
For the past 19 years that we started this democracy, so much has been achieved and so much are yet to be achieved. There is room for us to improve even far beyond what we are currently doing. In terms of the dividend of democracy, I believe that government can still do much better to give us better welfare, better security, better way of living, so that the common man will be able to enjoy the dividend of democracy.
With 19 years of unbroken democracy, Nigerian citizens believe more needs to be achieved from different sectors of the nation.
All areas, all sectors of the economy in the country, like the power, the oil sector also, and every other sectors, they just have to improve everything and be sincere to all Nigerian citizens.
Talk of agriculture, talk of educational sector. I was in a meeting this morning. We're talking about the educational sector of Nigeria. It's nothing to write home about. The way the teachers are being treated, the way schools are being left without help, let me just put it like that, from the government. And if you look at it these days, even people are not even waiting for the government just to make things happen for themselves.
Security, agriculture, because if our agriculture is good, or we can allow food to enter, at least we can eat food.
Improvement can start in virtually every aspect of our economy. For example, in terms of agriculture, the food that we are getting in Nigeria should be more cheaper so that the poverty level can be reduced.
They equally gave their advice to the federal government under President Muhammadu Buhari.
The only candid advice one can give to our federal government is to be sincere, to be transparent. Whatever they say they will do, they should do it. People should not just go there, occupy the seat, embezzle money, chasing themselves here and there every day. Nothing is being done. They should just take action, do what they want to do.
If there's anything I would advise the government to do, I think they travel, they go out of this country and they see how things are done. They should just bring it in, implement it here, we'll be fine.
Anybody that eats 3 times a day will forget some certain things. But whereby you didn't eat, what are you going to plan? Nothing is moving. So I'm telling them if there's a way they can do things so that we can be able to enjoy.
Expectations are high that under this dispensation, when Nigerians will be celebrating our 20th Democracy Day, more would have been achieved for Nigerians to stand successful among nations that have grown under democratic system of government.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has commended the Aliko Dangote Foundation for donating 150 operational vehicles to the Nigerian police. The Vice President, who said the vehicles would assist in combating crime in the country, described the foundation chairman, Aliko Dangote, as a rare entrepreneur who has done so much to the growth of the nation's economy. He said the government needs people like Dangote to join hands with it to grow the nation's economy and provide jobs for the Nigerian youths. He described the donation as the single largest by any private individual to a security outfit. On his part, the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, promised that the cars would be well utilized for the purpose for which they were donated. He urged Nigerians to go about their business lawfully, noting that the police are well equipped to fight crime across the country. Senator representing Kachia Gagako Federal Constituency of Kaduna State, Adams Jagaba, has defected from the All Progressives Congress APC to the People's Democratic Party PDP. Jagaba formally announced the defection in his letter to the House of Representatives at the plenary on a Wednesday. The lawmaker said he left the APC following his suspension from the party at the state level for being vocal against the killing of innocent Nigerians across the country. And our embattled Senator representing Kogi West, Dino Malai, attended Senate plenary on a Wednesday wearing a neck brace and holding a walking stick after weeks of absence. You will recall that Malai had been involved in a case with the Nigerian police, which landed him at the hospital. Malai thanked his colleagues, the members of the House of Representatives and the Nigerian populace for standing by him during his travail with the police, whom he accused of wanting to take his life on 2 different occasions. In what appears to be a dramatic defection to the PDP, the senator requested a seat at the opposition wing of the chamber and announced he would sit beside Senator David Mark.
Police attempted to kill me twice. One through the application of a chemical substance, and the second time through injection. They actually came with an injection to inject me, but God intervened, and to him alone be the glory forever and ever. Politics have been shown to be not to be individualistic, but to be about issues and purpose. So to the national chairman of PDP, and indeed the executive of People's Democratic Party in Kogi State, I salute you, I salute you, I salute you. I want to thank Nigerians in general for showing me uncommon love, for showing me that they can stand by the truth at all times. I thank Nigerians, I thank Nigerians, I thank Nigerians, and I cannot stop thanking Nigerians. Mr. President, I want to seek your indulgence that you will call on the side that I am to look for a comfortable seat for me on this side of the divide, because I am no longer comfortable sitting here. So I want to ask Mr. President that you mandate the side that I am for tomorrow to look for a seat for me on this other divide of the chamber. And that before you do that today, through the help of my walking stick, I will take a comfortable seat close to Papa General Senator David Mark, pending when you get me a comfortable seat on this side. I want to thank you very much. I say no retreat, no surrender. Thank you.
Mixed reactions trailed his decision to sit at the opposition wing of the chamber.
Mr. President, the professor made mention that there are some committee chairmen of the National Assembly, they are notorious for demanding or collecting bribe, which I feel is unfortunate for somebody as a leader, somebody that is well respected, to come and make a statement that he was told by some executives and some professors in the academy, in the universities. And I feel that kind of statement is very worthy because that program was televised live. And I feel this Senate, not only Professor Jega, I think anybody that will make statement concerning the credibility of other chairmen, I think he should be bold enough to mention the committee chairman.
It will be wrong and unfair to Dino. So I want to join this Senate to ensure that Dino's rights privileges are protected and he gets the best possible comfort, if in no other place, but indeed the narrow chambers of this Senate.
Worthy of note is that Malaya is yet to formally defect to the PDP, as he will be required to write the Senate President informing him of his decision. Ekiti State Governor Ayo Fayose has accused the All Progressives Congress (APC) of alleged plot to rig the July 14 governorship election in cahoots with the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Fayose alleged that APC and INEC had struck a deal to disenfranchise 50% of the Ekiti electorate by heavily preloading the smart card readers. He also alleged that thousands of voters would be disenfranchised in Ikere-Ekiti and Ado-Ekiti. Fayose claimed that the APC has been distributing what he described as fake empowerment forms to lure voters. The Senate has asked security agencies involved in the arrest and detention of juveniles to ensure that they are not incarcerated beyond 48 hours. The upper chamber said if convictions are secured, the security agencies would ensure that juveniles are separated from adult inmates. It urged the federal government to establish more juvenile remand and correctional homes to cater for offenders below the age of 18 years. The Committee on Interior was also asked to investigate the confinement of underage offenders and infants with adults in the various prisons and report back within 4 weeks. Without talking health issues, the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria has announced it detected and picked up over 95% of travelers with high fever as they traveled through the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. FAN also said that it established a public health emergency contingency plan in conjunction with other agencies of government at the airport in order to effectively guard against the disease. The Northern Regional Manager FAN, Sani Mahmood, stated that surveillance and screening for Ebola virus and other infectious diseases had not stopped in all Nigerian international airports since the virus first entered the country in 2014. He said the agency has always ensured that all equipment such as the thermal camera, screening monitors, hand temperature detectors, and hand sanitizers were fully operational. You're still watching Superscreen News at 10. We'll take a short break here, and when we return, we'll bring you business news. Stay with us. Well, it's so glad to have you back. Now in business news, oil prices steadied on Wednesday as Saudi Arabia and Russia confirmed they will pump more crude oil in response to falling global crude inventories and rising consumer prices. Saudi Arabia and Russia have discussed raising OPEC and non-OPEC oil production by 1 million barrels per day to counter potential supply shortfalls from Venezuela and Iran. Brent crude was up 1 cent at $75.40 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude was up 10 cents at $66.83 a barrel. Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, Secretary General Mohammed Bakindo says the global oil industry should ramp up investment to ensure it copes with future consumption growth and avoid supply shortages. OPEC and other producers, led by Russia last year, began withholding a 1.8 million barrels per day of supplies to tighten the market and prop up prices that fell 2016 to their lowest in more than a decade at less than $30 a barrel. Bakindo said the required oil sector investment in the period to 2040 is estimated at about $10.5 trillion to meet future oil demand expected to surpass 101 million barrels per day. Report says Russia, OPEC leader, and Saudi Arabia have spoken about the need for a gradual increase in oil production as the goal of removing excessive oil stockpiles has now been achieved and the market has broadly been balanced. Niger State government has announced that it will spend over 50 billion naira on the reticulation of Minna, Suleja, Bida, and Kondangora waterworks. Governor Abubakar Bello, who disclosed this to journalists, said the state government will go into public-private partnership PPP to ensure adequate water supply in major towns in the state. You recall that the state government had in 2016 declared a state of emergency on the water sector, starting with Shanshaga waterworks. Bello said that the government had spent 2 billion naira on the purchase of 60 water pumps and other equipment from Germany for Chanjaga waterworks. And that's it on business news. We'll take another short break, and when we return, we'll bring you news from the foreign scene and then sports. So join us again.